I'm curious on a more personal level. What are some, whether it's movies, TV shows, are there lines, scenes, moments that got you to want to write? The things that you're like, I want to write something. Like we just our last guest, Renee, I know like Scarface is something that he keeps coming back to, Scarface and Sopranos. What are some Godfather? What are some of those things for you that you're just like, oh fuck, that's the thing?
I'll answer it in two ways. I had a dream when I was 15 years old. I was obsessed with Lost at the time. It was like in the peak of Lost, and I had a dream that the people who made that show needed my help to figure out what was going to happen next. And so I imagined a writer's room before I knew what a writer's room was.
Yeah.
I was sitting in a room with people, and we were like mapping it out.
Yeah.
And I that dream really stuck with me. So I guess the Lost is the first, mostly because I just couldn't believe, like, the fact that I was thinking about it so much between Thursdays or whenever it aired, that I couldn't stop thinking about it. Really
trying to figure out where it was going to go.
Where it was going to, like, I just couldn't believe something would be this captivating.
Yeah.
And so
it was.
And so that was like an early one. And again, the reason I say I'll answer it in two ways is because it's not that I don't keep going back to Lost for inspiration for how to write. I just, like, that was the first time I was like so engaged with some storytelling that made me really want to do it. Yeah.
That's incredible,
but then
man.
The actual like movies and things I keep going back to, it's like a lot of the Coen brothers work. It's a lot of stuff that's like, again, like I said earlier, makes me laugh but isn't necessarily funny. Like that dark, philosophically inclined stuff. Like I love like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is it's probably my favorite movie of all time. And like the work of the Coens, and like as a young guy, Tarantino, just because you get lit up by the crackly rhythm of dialogue, and like of course every writer starts out doing bad impressions of that, but then but the value of his work and work like that is understanding that dialogue is music, scenes need rhythm, and if you're not tapped into a wavelength, then you're missing all this potential of what the thing can and should be.
Yeah.
And so one of my favorite things to do is get in the zone and feel the rhythm of a scene and like live inside of it. And so any movies that do that really well get me really excited. And then also movies that just take huge swings with their storytelling that feel kind of out of left field, but ultimately are the perfect thing for that character. What does a huge swing mean?
What does that look like?
Did you see Send Help, the new Sam Raimi movie with Rachel McAdams that just came out?
It tonight.
It's fabulous. Yeah. And so you'll think about this when you see it. It just takes all kinds of turns that you never saw coming that seem completely insane in the moment, but they're just right for
where
what
you didn't expect it to happen.
Yeah, but it's more than just a big twist. It's a big twist that earns its shockingness in a way. Like you'll be looking at a story, and your big question is, first you're asking, how am I going to tell it? And then you go, okay, well, how can I play 4D chess and tell it in a way that's going to be surprising and be fresh and stress test the themes of the movie? That's the biggest thing is like, what the movie is trying to talk about. Sometimes the movie has an answer to a question. Sometimes it's just posing a question, and that's okay too. Yeah. But it's about making sure that the direction that the story takes are ask that question and hit on that question in weird, surprising ways. And so that's what I'm always looking for.
Because I feel like a lot of people hear big swings as, like you said, a twist where it's like, okay, and in this moment, a plane comes in and like crashes in. It's like,
sure,
maybe,
but then earn it.
That's
is kind of how I think about it.
How do you earn it?
How do you earn
earning
it?
Me?
Well, like I said, it's making sure that we're getting into craft and specific, but it's like
that's what I hear.
It's like making sure that those choices are informed by character and are not just random surprises. If your character needs to learn something and won't learn it, you have to throw everything at them and force them to.
That they still may resist.
Oh, yeah.
So if the thing they need to learn is caused by that plane coming in and just like crashing in, they still may not learn it.
It's more like, okay, if a character needs their like... Yeah, I'm using your plane crash example as a good, like, shocking example.
If there's a better example of like a movie that people know, like, use that instead.
Yeah, now I'm coming up blank because I'm on the spot.
You're fine, man.
But it's like, yeah, it's just about like, a crazy a crazy turn of events that forces that character to see the world in a different way. It's what you're constantly doing. At the end of every scene, that character should not be the same person that they were at the beginning of that scene, right? And so that is the fun journey of being like, okay, Daniel Karp needs to learn that, like,
so much.
He needs to learn so much.
Bro.
You know, he needs to learn to treat people fairly.
Yep.
Okay, so then you're gonna have this character who needs to experience somebody being treated unfairly or him being treated unfairly.
Yeah.
Like that would be
To
like
empathize
that'll
with
be
what
like
that
your earliest
Yeah.
framework.
Yeah.
And now is the fun part where you're like, okay, now depending on the genre of the movie, I can, because that's the other thing, right?
Yeah.
Is that like your character journeys are genre agnostic, right? A character can
Character
learn.
journey is genre agnostic.
Here's what I mean by that.
Hit
Is
me.
that if your character needs to learn to trust, you can do that in a horror movie, you can do that in a comedy, you can do it in anything.
The journey is still there.
But that right, like
Yeah.
all movies require a character's arc in
Yeah.
some way. Where genre comes in is how you force that character to experience something.
Okay.
A horror movie is going to make them learn about trust in a very different way than a romantic historical drama, right?
Okay.
And so that's why ultimately, like you can as long as you love the different genres, you can jump between them,
Right.
Because the story math always is the same no matter what, or like holds no matter what.
yeah.
A comedy and a horror movie, for example, are pretty much the same thing. They're cousins. A joke and a scare are one and the same. They are a subversion of your expectations. It's about setting you up to think one thing, and a
Boom,
joke is
something
a
else
big
happens.
a joke is when something else happens and it's funny.
Yeah.
And a scare
The
is
misdirect.
they're both surprises.
Yeah.
And so
You think it's going to jump out of the corner, but really it's from behind the door.
And I think that's part of why I love those two genres so well and why they blend so well. You'll see again
Yeah.
in Send Help. It's the funniest movie ever, but it's a horror movie.
Right.
And yeah, you'll take all these lessons with you tonight in the
No,
movie.
this is great, but I also feel like that's part of the craft in terms of the research. Like if you want to be a writer but you're not watching,
You need to be living in movies,
like
yeah.
understanding what are the rhythmic and storytelling differences
and referencing
between
them. So in my meetings, it's about like assuming I already go in knowing we all have the same shared language.
Right.
I don't need to go, did you see so and so? I get to just reference the movie, know that they saw it, and then reference that sequence and go like, oh, it's like the Elf playbook, but you know what I mean? Like you'll just talk like that because you live in the world